Hi YouTube, it's Janelle here. On my channel, I want to start doing something a little different. I've been getting a lot of different questions submitted to me by email from all of you, which is awesome. But I have noticed that I've been spending a lot of time emailing each sort of person individually, right? Somebody emails me, I'll respond them back. And that does take a little bit of time. And I thought it might make the most sense to share out on my channel some of those responses, because I'm sure that, you know, the person who emailed me each specific question isn't the only one out there wondering that specific thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some question and answers on the channel. Today's question comes from one of my YouTube viewers named Jennifer. So her question says, I'm 18 years old and I've been wanting to apply for a credit card for a while now. I'm not sure if 18 is too young to get a credit card. Some people told me that it's a good idea to start young and to start building credit, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I think that the first thing I'll say is, you know yourself. At 18, you're pretty self-aware, and you know if you would call yourself responsible or not, right? You know if you're submitting your homework on time, if you get decent grades, if your room is organized or if it's messy. So if you feel like you have, you grasped all of the responsibilities that you need to take care of and you've got them under control, then I would say you're probably mature enough. You're probably ready to handle a new responsibility like a credit card. But if you find yourself in a room that's messy and sometimes you don't really know when your assignments are due, you know, maybe it's due Friday, maybe it's due Monday, I gotta check. If you can barely keep track of those responsibilities that you have now under your belt, then imagine adding responsibilities to your plate. With a credit card, you're only going to have more due dates, right? More things that you're going to have to keep track of. So it doesn't really make sense. If that sounds like you, then it probably doesn't make sense to get a card right now. Maybe it's not the best time. And then I would suggest waiting a couple more years before looking into it. So, if you are under 21 and you decide that you do want to open a card, there's a couple of different ways that you could go about doing it. And the first thing I would say is the way that I started, which is if you're a student, you can open a student account, which is probably the easiest thing to do because a lot of different banks offer specific rewards and perks for you if you're a student, like cash back or, iTunes rewards points or, some even offer going to like a certain store like Best Buy and get certain points with certain stores that you really like to shop at. And even flights like, miles so that you can get a trip for like a spring break trip or something. So there's all these different ways that you can get rewards from credit cards. And so what you need to do is just really research which one makes the most sense for you based on how you've been spending your money. So you might want to do a little bit of tracking first, see where your money is going, and then see what kind of card makes the most sense for you. If the student card is not right for you, then you can also have just apply for a regular credit card, right? An unsecured card. And then just instead of putting your income when you apply on the application, put your parents' income. If, technically you are dependent on them, then you can go ahead and put your parents' income. And then that way you'll be more likely to be approved because they'll see an income that reflects, a situation where somebody could probably afford to make their payments on time. So if you have a really low income or no income at all, it's less likely that they're going to want to approve you. And then finally, you can always have somebody older in your family or a parent of yours to add you to their account or to, make you an authorized user. So that way you are, you get the benefits of all their account history that they've already built over the years. Honestly, good credit is it's more useful in your mid to late 20s than it is in your early 20s. That's just a fact, but it does take at least a year to build up good credit or to repair credit if it's been bad for a while. So that's why it's really important that, you plan ahead, because it's going to take time if you do it the wrong way. And if you start early, you have more time, you have a head start to really get it right. But if you're afraid or if you're nervous and you don't feel like you can trust yourself to use a credit card responsibly, then I would say just hold off. It's better to start later and do it right for a full year and then get good credit than to start early and do it wrong and mess a couple things up. And then you have to kind of rebuild credit later on when you really need it to be strong. I always suggest that you make payments on time and that you spend less than what you make. So if you're young and you don't make a lot, then you really need to make sure that you're not using your credit card to, just buy everything left and right. You want to make sure you're planning your purchases and only spending, within your means. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any other questions or if you want to comment on this, you can go ahead and comment below. And if you want to ask me a question that you'd like to see me respond to right here on my channel, you can do that by emailing me at missbehelpful@gmail.com. Till next time, peace.